Hello, how are you? Fine, excellent. Well, before I start this lesson, I have a question for you. Have you heard about the story of the space pen? Well, it says that in the 60s, when Americans wanted to go to the moon, they realized that they couldn't write with a regular pen. So they spent a lot of money, millions of dollars, and a lot of time to create a pen that could write in no gravity and in different angles. Well, at the same time, Russians had the same problem. And what do you think they do? They did. Well, so simple. They only use pencils. Well, what do you think is the moral of this story? What do you think is the moral? Okay, great. And what about you? What do you think is the moral? Excellent. Well, for me the moral is sometimes the simplest answer is the best. Now I am showing you a text about a story I just told you. At first, can you identify some verbs in past? Start, discovered, spent, and used. Okay, now we are going to identify some of the main ideas of this short text, and we are going to do it through some questions. The first one is, which was the problem? Okay, the problem was astronauts couldn't write with regular pens in zero gravity. Question number 2, what did NASA do to solve this problem? Okay, they spent a lot of money and time to develop a pen that could write in zero gravity. Finally, the third question is, what did the Russians do to solve the same problem? Excellent. The Russians just used a pencil. Now, I am going to give you a link so you can get this new text, the empty softball case, that is similar to the space pen story. We are going to read it all together and then we are going to answer some questions. But you have to pay attention because I omitted the end of this story. So you have to write a new end for this. But don't worry, I'm going to help to you. Okay. One of the most memorable studies of Japanese management was the case of the empty soapbox, which happened in one of Japan's biggest cosmetic companies. The company received a complaint that a customer had bought a soapbox that was empty. Immediately, the authorities isolated the problem to an assembly line, which transported all the packaged boxes of soap to the delivery department. For some reason, one soapbox went through the assembly line empty. Management asked its engineers to solve the problem. Post-haste, the engineers worked hard to devise an X-ray machine with high-resolution monitors manned by 2 people to watch all the soap boxes that passed through the line to make sure they were not empty. No doubt, they were working hard and they worked fast, but they spent a whoopee amount to do so. But when a rank-and-file employee in a small company was posed with the same problem, he didn't get into complication of X-rays, but instead came out with another solution. Well, now we have to answer some of the questions. You have to mark the space you think is the right answer. The first question is, what was the problem of the Japanese soap factory? Then you have to make a click in submit. Number 2, the authorities found the problem was in the assembly line. True or false? Number 3, how did they solve the problem? I mean, the big company, the first company. Finally, how do you think the smaller companies solve the problem without spending a lot of money? Remember, sometimes the easiest answer is the best. But wait a minute. Write an alternative end for this story for yourself sounds a little hard, don't think so? Well, don't worry. I'm going to help you. I'm going to provide you this template so you can complete this task in very easy way. So you only have to pay attention because in brackets you have some verbs and you have to transform these verbs into the past form, and you have to complete the other spaces, the blank spaces, with the ideas you think how you can solve this problem. When you finish, we are going to share these alternative ends with the whole class. Amazing! These were very good ends. I really like it. Congratulations! You did a very good job. Well, now I'm going to give you a new link so you can get the story The Cap Seller and the Monkeys, and you have to do exactly the same thing you did with the text The Empty Soapbox Case. But this time you have to do it by yourself. Here it is. This is the text The Cap Seller and the Monkeys, and well, I posted some notes if you don't know about some things they say. For example, in this rupees, do you know what a rupee is? Well, a rupee is the money from India. Anyway, if you don't know some word, you can make a double click over them, and you can mark if you don't understand this word, or maybe if you have heard it, you can ask for a definition or you can ask for a translation. So understand this text, it's very easy. Now you have to read it, and then you have to answer these questions. When you finish, then you have to write your own final, your alternative final for this story. Well, originally this story ends when the cap seller realized that the monkeys copied exactly their movements, so he pretended to take a cap and threw away, so the monkeys did exactly the same, and he got back their caps and go away happily. Now it's time to hear how do you think this story ends. Thank you.